It's about 7:30 in the evening, and I've just been in bed for a few hours now, like since 10 to 5, I think. It's been a while. After having some food, I had a sandwich, a big 3-slice bread sandwich with hummus in it, with cheese, with some chicken and some spinach. Tasted nice, and it's lasted for a few hours, but I am gonna have to get some more food. Anyway, let's talk about this video. Let's talk about the main topic of the video rather. I want to talk about being on the other side of cancelling the membership. So in the description, right before going to do it, I mentioned that I was having thoughts about people not feeling happy that I'd cancel the membership, and I was making myself feel unease, tension or fear, whatever you want to call it. I'm not quite sure what to call it now. Related to if that were going to happen, if someone were to say that they felt unhappy about me leaving, somebody saying something as simple as, "Oh, are you going now?" or just something along those lines. And that actually happened. When it did, I actually felt okay. I now know from experience that even if I am to think of those thoughts, I now know from personal experience that in reality, if that is to happen, someone saying those things is completely harmless. Completely harmless. But I want to backtrack even further. When I was going to the gym to terminate the membership, I was checking in with myself both mentally and physically. I was confirming to myself if I want to make this decision. And when I was going to the gym, I couldn't have felt calmer. I still felt that same level of calmness that I felt when talking about the fact that I wanted to terminate my membership. I felt that same calmness. And mentally, after writing the description, was saying, it's now time to start thinking about what I have to gain, all that I have to gain from terminating the membership over what I could potentially lose from terminating the membership, such as a change in routine, a lack of access to weights and bars, I can't go to the gym anymore. I now look at that gym and I'm now thinking I can't actually go and use the fob to get in to the main part of the gym. Or to get to the weightlifting area, for example. That's what I mean, yeah. I can't do that anymore. It certainly is different, but I don't feel unhappy about that. I made sure that I felt happy with that decision before making it. I made that decision with a sound mind, and I went there with a sound mind, calm, just like I was calm when I was making that video saying that I wanted to terminate the membership. After the person that was working there was terminating my membership, I felt a burden release. I felt physical release, I felt at so much ease when doing that. After it was all done, I just allowed myself to go and think, which I planned to do when I was writing that description of the video. I'm referring to the one which has the fob as the thumbnail. Yeah, I didn't actually think I was going to upload that video, but it's fine. I don't think I'm unveiling anonymity really, because there isn't, that could be any gym, that place, that could be any gym. So I think that's okay. I think I'm fine. I don't think I've unveiled anonymity there. I think that's fine. But yeah, I now know from personal experience that even though some people might actually disagree with the choices that I make from time to time, like the receptionist saying that they were feeling unhappy that I couldn't go, they were in a joking satire way saying, "Oh no, you can't go. Oh no, the system, the database isn't allowing me to let you go or to cancel the membership." That person was saying in a joking way. I now know from personal experience that those thoughts about such things are basically pointless. Hearing someone say that they felt unhappy about the choice that I made, that I wanted to terminate the membership because I've been going for so long, is harmless. Like Emma McAdam from Therapy in a Nutshell said one time in a video, I've forgotten which one, it's not the end of the world. It really isn't, and doing this has proven that mentally, thinking in a fearful way with such decisions in the future is just a waste of time. Thinking about if people were to say, "Oh, why are you doing this?" That's a complete waste of time. Complete waste of time. There's no need to feel fear about that. If it's what I want to do, and I truthfully feel happy with making the decision, and I've done it with a sound mind and a calm body, that's all that matters. That's all that matters. Those words, people potentially feeling unhappy, is me thinking about people potentially feeling unhappy with the decisions I've made is a waste of time. But without actually hearing the person say, oh, you're going. Oh no, you can't go. If I did hear those sorts of things, I wouldn't have experience of how I felt and how I thought, rationally speaking, after hearing it in reality. I wouldn't know what it's like. And I now know. Harmless. Harmless. It's not that I don't care that person said that. It's not that. It's the fact that I now understand that it wasn't anywhere near as big a deal as I made it out to be in my mind. With someone saying, "Oh, you going? Oh, this person will feel unhappy." The person that cancelled my membership actually did say that. She said that you know what? No, I will say it's fine. It's not that big a deal. She said that Harrison was gonna feel unhappy about it. She said that Harrison would feel gutted for reasons that I'm not gonna explain. But yeah, she said that. Now what? I was even hesitant on saying it was a she for anonymity reasons, but that could be any lady in the world. Furthermore, who's to say that there's only one person that has that role that I'm thinking of? Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I think these are just examples of me showing over caution, excessive caution. It's fine. There are billions of ladies out there in the world. It's fine. I'll probably say that after this event, the social anxiety that I would have built up over since that mental health low of being approached in the park that I talk about in Plank Day 90 is further decreased, because I now know such situations are they're fine. I can handle them. I made it seem like it was like the end of the world, basically, like almost as if my reputation was on the line. Maybe without realizing it, maybe that was what I was making myself think by having those fearful thoughts. Maybe I was thinking that my reputation was on the line and that I would have tarnished it by cancelling the membership, when in reality I absolutely haven't. Most of the people I don't really even know like that, and most of the people I don't really even have a deep connection with like that. So even if I did somehow tarnish my even if people thought that I tarnished my membership, my reputation, by simply just wanting to cancel my gym membership, those people would need to get a grip of themselves. I now know that I can handle such situations. It's fine. And that's actually prepared me for, indirectly, it's prepared me for in the future when I'd have to move on to a different job. I now know I can handle such things. That if I make the decision to move on to a role that I think will benefit me more, I know I'll be able to do it with a sound mind and a calm body. I know exactly how I feel exactly how I think and exactly how I feel when I'm ready to make a life-changing decision. And I have to also give a pat on the back and a self-hug to myself for making this decision by myself, by getting my thoughts together by myself, by planning it out, by considering whether I actually wanted to make that significant life decision, that change, take that calculated risk by myself. I didn't ask for help, but I did it. I did it by myself. With the help of watching resources that other people have made, like Therapy in a Nutshell, for example. Having mental health skills has helped. But it was me in the front room by myself getting my thoughts together. It was me in that place getting my thoughts together. It was me both inside and outside, is what I'm saying. In that mind space, outside, getting my thoughts together. I've had to change my wording and what I meant there a little bit, just for anonymity reasons and reasons I'm not going to explain. But yeah, I did have to change my wording a little bit there. What I meant by that a little bit there. What am I talking about? No comment. let's move on. But yeah, I didn't think I would have prepared myself in this way by making this decision, but I have. So I had more to gain than I even realized by making this decision without even knowing it. But if I didn't make that decision, if I didn't terminate the membership when I was ready to do it, for the most part, before leaving, that is, then I would not have built that skill of leaving a place, even though some people might feel unhappy about that, because of the reputation that I would have built there and the connections that I would have built there. Yeah. There being the gym. I'm feeling that same calmness physically after making that decision, even hours after. I feel that same calmness, that same mental clarity. I'm just listening to myself speak, consciously speaking, the mind's shut off basically. I'm all here, I'm aware, I'm awake. Just focused in on making this video. But yeah, I wonder, is there anything else to say? When making big life decisions like this, I know what to do. From personal experience, I know what, how the process goes and when it's time for me to make that decision. When I tell myself that I'm ready and I've considered the pros and the cons of staying in a place versus not staying in a place and moving on, I know when I'm ready, when I tell myself I'm ready, and I know that even if people were to say, oh, you're leaving or something like that, I know that those thoughts are harmless. But if I hadn't gone through that and I were to leave the gym instructing job to go elsewhere for whatever reason, they wouldn't have told me, actually I can't say that because I don't know, but what are the odds that they would have gone out of their way to teach me how to feel comfortable with making significant life decisions? As if the managers are going to care about that. That's my responsibility. That's not something that that's not something that they have to do. They don't have to look out for me that way. It's not like I'm their kid. I'm not their son. I would just be a pawn, a piece on the puzzle, a very small, disposable piece on the puzzle, not some king or some person that has so much power, almost as if they're a higher tier of humanity or something. No, I'm not that big a deal. I'm not that important a person to look out for or worry about or even think about potentially. But at least I know that, and I can go into getting myself employed with a calm mind. I know how to do it. And those employers wouldn't go out of their way to teach me how to make the decision that I think is the most appropriate for my life. They're not going to teach me how to do that. As if they'd care. That's not their job. It's not their responsibility to. It's not their responsibility to really look out for my mental health. For my physical health, yes, it absolutely is. It's their responsibility to look after the health and safety of their employees. It is. When I be working, it is their responsibility to look after my health. But outside of that, they're not going to care. It's not their job to. And imagine if I'm going to make myself imagine if I was an employer. Would I want to be always worrying or thinking about the health and safety of every single employee that I've hired, regardless of their position in the company? Would I want that? Would I really want to be thinking of their health and safety every single second of my life? No, I have a life, and so do they. And within that, that also means that I'm not thinking about what everybody else is doing and how everyone else is all the time. Not all the time. That's not healthy. To be cautious about someone's health and safety all the time, both in and out of the workplace. No, that's not healthy. That doesn't sound like a fun life, a healthy life, a fulfilling life. No, that just sounds like stress. So fair enough, they wouldn't think about my health and safety outside of the workplace, for example. Yeah, it's not their job to. And imagine how much stress they would have put on by doing if they were to do that for every single employee. Oh, yeah, even I wouldn't do that when I have my own personal training business or businesses in the future. Yeah. I'm feeling a bit thirsty, so I'm going to end this video around about now. What is one main thing that I've learned from this, and how am I going to move on from this point? Well, the main thing I've learned from this is that people feeling unhappy that I'm leaving for somewhere is not actually as horrible as I made it out to be in my mind. It's not. My reputation isn't going to be tarnished. And if people think that I'm not as pleasant an individual just off doing something like cancelling my gym membership, then that was not the place for me to be in. Yeah. And I'd say that's one of the main things I've learned. There are probably many things I've learned also, like how to make the most appropriate life decision for me when it comes to making these sorts of significant life decisions, like knowing when I'm ready, knowing if I'm making the right choice, knowing how to make the right choice. I have an idea of how to do that now. So I'd say that's another thing. Those are probably the two main things that I've learned from doing this. And another thing might be, you'll go when you're ready. Don't force it. You might have to go. If you think you're stalling, then, and if you've thought about it a lot beforehand and you think this is the decision to make, this is the right decision, but you think you're stalling, you're just not doing it for whatever reason because it's a significant life decision, then it might be the time to make that move if you've considered it a lot and thought now's the right time. And also, I'd say, just like how I did, my piece of advice to myself in the future when making significant life decisions like this is to check in with my mind and body and make sure that I do feel happy with the decision I've made. And if I think, just like how when I was going to the gym to cancel my membership, if I think I'm not developing any further insight into the decision I've made and I feel happy with the decision I've made, that is just a sign that I'm overthinking it and it's time to no longer think about it. I was able to move on when doing it because I noticed, with the help of the mental health resources that are out there, from Therapy in a Nutshell, her overthinking for something about social anxiety video. Yeah, it was overthinking for, why did I just say that? I think that's the title, but it certainly had overthinking for in it for whatever reason. I don't know why the number's there, but yeah. Remembering that if I am no longer developing insight, that's overthinking. That helped me. I was able to move on from there. I might have actually quoted the wrong video, but if I have, I'll link the correct one. But that's it. That's me done. I'm finished. I've summarized what I've learned from this and how to move on. I've summarized what I've learned from this I don't think I've talked about how I want to move on, so I'll do that now. I want to move on to getting the membership from the prospective gym that I've gone and sought out, but I'm not sure if I want to go immediately into it. It's not a matter of if I want to get the membership, it's a matter of when, because right now I'm not sure that I'd be able to last even 2 months if I were to get the membership. It does cost more, a bit more, not a lot more, but a bit more. So I wasn't sure if I'd be able to handle it. I'm going to give myself a few more days to consider it through if I think I need to. But if I think I'm stalling, I'll just get the membership and really get off my ass and work on getting those gym instructor qualifications to get a job on time before the money runs out. The maintenance loan that I had from uni runs out, so that I have a job that I want. I have a job role that I want at least. And I also wouldn't have had to get a job that I didn't really want to get. Yeah. That's it. I feel happy that I've made this decision. Pat on the back for doing it by myself. Forgive my self-hug for the same reason. Self-hug for going out my way to find resources on how to improve my mental health. I probably wouldn't have found it if one of my sisters didn't give me a link to one of Therapy in a Nutshell's overthinking videos, so I thank her as well. Or otherwise I might not have seen that channel at all, and I might not have been where I'm at today mentally. So I have to thank her as well. I don't have to, but I'm going to. And that's it, I'm done. Cheers to making more progress in my life. Cheers to making more memories. Cheers to going to a different place that I think is more suitable for me. And even if it isn't, I'll cancel and go somewhere else. Or just train body weight. Use what's around as to gym rather than, or use what's around as a place to exercise rather than thinking I have to train in the gym. I don't have to. And I think I made a sensible decision to take a few days off and with no membership to see what I could do with my body weight compared to not using the resources that I'd have in the gym as effectively as I could have been doing. I wasn't allowing myself to benefit from using the weights as much as I could have. I took it for granted. And at least, even if it's for a short while, for a couple of weeks or so, at least I won't take it for granted as much, even if it's for a short period. Or I might at least value it more. It being the weights, using the weights and having a gym membership more if I train body weight with no weights. Yeah. And I might be able to go out my way to structure like solid workouts, solid body weight workouts, and know how to further push myself if I give myself a few days off before getting a gym membership. Yeah. Cheers to a bright future. Cheers to making new memories. Cheers to moving on. Cheers to learning new things, like about or such as knowing that even if people were to say, "Oh, are you leaving?" and feeling unhappy that I'm leaving from somewhere, it's completely okay. Cheers to knowing that. Cheers to making significant life decisions and small ones too. Cheers to making decisions that I truthfully feel happy with, rather than ones that I don't feel happy with to please other people, rather than myself, and put myself and basically neglect myself to please others. Cheers to not doing that. Cheers. Right, that's it. I'm done. I'm finished. I'm feeling so thirsty, so I'm gonna need to get a drink and I'm gonna get some food as well. That's all I have to say. I certainly feel happy with the decision I've made. I'll take a few days off before getting that gym membership to make sure that I really feel happy with the decision I've made, and plan out. Also plan out. I'll use the time to plan out and start acting on that plan, as to acting on a plan I would have made to completely finish the gym instructor course and get my qualifications so that I can get a job before running out of money. I'll take some time to do that as well. I could actually do that as soon as I finish this video, and alongside like finishing the self-assessment, the mental health self-assessment quiz that I want to do. Yeah. So I'll leave it at that. I'm finished, and cheers, man. Cheers to becoming a much improved me by the end of 2023 and by the end of each year from now on. Cheers. Just from making these small decisions bit by bit, well, every now and then. Cheers to making a decision that I truly want to make. I'm done repeating myself. I'm out. Cheers.